Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of B is for Builder. Here working on the camper truck. We went 2 steps forward and then 3 steps backwards on this thing. So we made some mistakes on the electrical side. We made some mistakes on the waterproofing side, and or I don't know about mistakes. Let's just say opportunities to learn. In today's episode, we're going to fix all that stuff. We're pretty close to getting it nailed, and then we are going to continue with building out the interior. A lot of what we're going to be doing today is going to be focusing on wiring, building out our siding, like the interior paneling, getting it to look a little bit less like a crazy ice cream truck on the inside and more like a camper truck. Let's get started. So as you can see, the truck was pretty wet. We had it outside. We were doing lots of water testing. It was a nice rainy day here in Oregon. We found some more spots that have some leaks. Some of them need to be fixed from the inside. Some need to be fixed from the outside. So we got to continue to do that to make sure this thing has 0 leaks before we start doing all the interior paneling and siding, or else it'll hide them. And then we might not find them until we just have a moldy mess. The other thing that we made a mistake on, so that was one mistake, and I'm going to talk about that. Oh, I got mad and threw magnets at the truck. Don't mind that. That was one mistake that we made, and on a more meta scale, I'll talk about that mistake and how I would hopefully not run into it as much in the future. Another mistake that we made that I think is a really pretty big one was our electrical. We just made a real amateur mistake with running too big of a breaker and too small gauge of a wire. So Oscar's going to jump into starting that. I can't start seam sealing anything while the truck is wet, so we're kind of all waiting for this baby to dry. While that's going on, I'm going to start looking at routing our DC wiring for our DC 12-volt systems that are going to run through the truck, and the rest of our 110 wiring to get to the rest of the outlets that we need to run. All right, guys, we got the first stage of wiring done. So you can see when I hit those ambers there, which we may have to deactivate later. I'm not really sure. Gosh, how far back do we have to go? It activates the ambers up top. I think you can see those on the camera. Anyways, they're working. Only interesting thing about those lights, it really sent me for a loop, is the white is the negative and the black is the positive. So I wired them in backwards, and then I had to rewire them. Well, I mean, I had to like flip a wire around. So that's good. I also did some other just running of wires in here to get the 12-volt system prepped and ready. The bigger wire we got to run through here. But in the last episode, we did make a mistake on the electrical system, and here at BS Build, we're not pros. Gotta stress that we're not pros. I was a software engineer. Oscar's a welder fabricator, and we jumped into the world of cars to learn and to enjoy and to experience things. And this isn't even really cars. This is a lot closer to home electrical. So we made some mistakes. Thank you guys so much for letting us know in the comments. So we did some more research. We figured out how we wanted to fix it, and then we actually consulted with an electrician friend of ours who came and took a look at it. So I'm confident that this way is cool, although I do have to say, probably just for legal reasons, if you're following along for any of this stuff, definitely consult with your own electrician. And just don't do any of this at all. But the mistake that we made was pretty simple, and it's something that we probably would have easily caught in the automotive world. Whatever gauge of wiring that you're running, it needs to be matching for the right amperage that you're running things through. So we talked and we said, oh, we did a 30 amp switch right here, like an RV style switch. And then a lot of electrical people out there noticed that it was like immediately running into stuff like this, which is only safe for 20 amps. So that's all been upgraded. So now that's all 30 amps running through here. And then we ran it into a breaker that was a 40 amp breaker. So the breaker wouldn't break before you heated up the wires and overheated the wires. So what we have now is a dual 20 amp breaker going into 20 amp wiring. So the 30 amp wiring runs through into the breaker to protect itself, and then it goes into 20 amp wiring that runs throughout the rest of it. We've upgraded to 20 amp switch, 20 amps receptacles, and everything's all 20 amp rated. So everything's just about, matching the wire gauging with the rated pieces. Did I say that all right, Oscar?
Another thing we did is the 40 amp switches, we wired them on a single leg instead of both legs, and you're not supposed to do that because it leaves the white leg open and it can shock you very badly. So don't do that.
Okay. Yeah, Oscar obviously took all this on, did a great job, and I don't understand any of it, so it's good now. Good job, Oscar. So Oscar and I are going to jump into 2 new things now. I'm going to be working on wiring all the red lights into the brake and tail light system that's down here. It's only a little tricky because those are in a hinging door, so you got to leave a little extra. I'm gonna do that, and then I think both of us in our like off time are gonna be doing some seam sealing. We both kind of identified a few different leak spots. Now that the truck's dry, we're gonna be attacking those. But Oscar's gonna jump into a really fun project, which is getting our home AC unit to work inside this truck. So it goes right there. It looks like this, and we've decided that it's the front of it we want to stick out from our bench, and we're gonna go ahead and build some ducting around here and duct in cool air, duct out hot air. This is gonna be a little bit of a cross fingers and hopes it works type of situation. Dude, this AC unit thing is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So AC units, they pull in air from the area that you want to keep cool. They cool down that air and then they spit it back. But to cool down that air, they pull in other air that is supposed to be coming from outside. And then they eject air past a radiator to more outside. So where are we pulling air from? We're gonna cut a hole in the bottom of the floor here and use gravity and vents to pull air from basically under the truck through our box that I showed you on the inside into the AC unit, and then the AC unit will then spit that hotter air once it heats it up out the side here where we've been planning on cutting a hole for a long time. So that's why we did some heat shrinking and stuff anyway. So that's why there's some bumpy parts there that are a little rough because we're gonna cut those out. So that's the game plan, guys. This is we're on a we could have gone the easy route and just bought a roof mounted AC thing, and the reason we didn't do that I have absolutely no idea, but this is where we're at now. So we're trying to make a home AC unit work in this truck. I bought this one because it runs very low watts. It runs like 400 watts when it works. So I don't know, but I bet an RV one would do the same thing. So honestly, guys, don't follow us on this one, but you can enjoy watching along. So here's the contraption that Oscar has invented. Oscar just pointed out, we did run this inside the truck to test it, and it works really well. But, you know, who knows how well it's going to work after we do all this. So this is the front facing mounting plate that's going to help us mount this bad boy so we can see it, and we can control it, and we can touch it and everything from inside the truck, under the bench, inside the bench. This is the ducting that ducts the air into the system. So it's going to go from outside, literally outside of the truck, so this way and down. It'll suck up air and then run through a hose that's inside the box, so we're hopefully not pulling in hot air into our seat box. It's going to go into here. This thing's going to eat it up and spit it out past this radiator, and then it's going to go out of this radiator outside of the truck in a hotter method. So I think it looks pretty cool. If nothing else, this is a really fun project to try. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So I mean, we'll do it and we'll test it. Summer's right around the corner, and we'll let you guys know how it works out. And you know, if you see us down the line with another lump on the roof, it's just because we bailed on this thing and installed a normal AC unit. We are running 110 up to the roof for the television anyways, so it's not going to be that hard to run a roof mounted AC unit as long as it's on 110, which probably wouldn't be if it's an RV. Anywho, so next steps, Oscar is going to go ahead and get this thing inside the box more and weld it up and inside the truck and tacked and seam sealed. And yeah, he said slight worry about fire, Oscar?
Oh yeah. There's flammable coolant in this thing, so you probably saw me tear it all apart and put all kinds of insulating tape, but I'm just gonna do a few tiny tacks to hold it on.
We'll seam seal the rest.
Yeah, seam seal the rest.
All right, good luck, man. Don't blow up. Yeah, if you're not catching on, this is another thing not to do at home. This is a big black truck of don't follow us. What's up, guys? We're back for another day. I want to give you a status update. We'll start over here, but also Oscar at the end of the day had a really great idea. Let's take this thing for a test drive. We tested out a bunch of other things like waterproofness and other stuff, but we haven't really driven it yet. So we're gonna get it to a point in this episode and we'll go for a test drive later today, hopefully. So the lights that we're seeing on the side corners, so there's like one over there, up there on the side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the roof lights, the red roof lights, they're all wired together in unison, and then the wire is coming down through here. And then it's gonna get tied into all of this. Now we're also adding 1, 2, 3, 4 more lights on each side. So I've gotta get that wire down through there, and then we're gonna start, I'm gonna be under here wiring. It takes a while, man. This actually is like 3 wires per light. It's a lot. But I'll get it busted out as fast as I can. While that's been going on, Oscar's got great progress on the AC unit. We overnighted some parts and we're getting really close to successfully reinventing the wheel. So Oscar went and got some hard ducting so we can run a ducting tube to where we're gonna pull the fresh air for the thing. And then you can see that he's got his venting, and this is for the back of the AC unit to go out the back of the truck. So this is all looking really good. It's just some nice fancy sheet metal ducting. And then we'll show you how that is gonna exit the truck. We jumped on Amazon and bought some cheap louvered venting stuff, which we are going to, we're gonna vinyl wrap these so they're not full chrome, but we'll be able to line up like 3 of these right here. And that will help that radiator vent out the back of the truck really nicely. So this is a sweet grab that we could get on overnight, which is really nice because it's hard to make louvered parts on your own.
Yeah, these look really nice.
Yeah, $10. We got the AC done and we got the lighting done. Let me show you a little test run. Truck is so big, I literally can't get it all in one shot, but go ahead and do running lights. So these are our running lights. Those have a little bit of a pre-sequence, don't worry. So that's running lights, and then we got the ones up there, and then we've got the ones on the side. Go ahead and apply the brakes. And then when the brakes go on, they flash and then they stay solid. And everything gets brighter up there too. And then go ahead and do like left blinker. I'll show you the left blinker. I just made it so this stuff, oh, you just gotta put the key in real quick. That's what the left and right blinkers look like. So, a lot of lighting got wired in. It took me like 2 days, but it's wired in. Now let's talk about the AC unit. This is our side thing. By the way, we were gonna vinyl wrap these, but we're kind of liking the chrome. I mean, at this point right now, we're gonna replace that step, and that's gonna be darker colored, but then we do have chrome wheels, and we have chrome that, and we have chrome all those. So we can either black it all out, or we could just leave some of the accent pieces chrome. Let us know what you think. I'm curious what you guys think. I don't hate that, but that's our exit vent where the air conditioner pushes out the hot air. And let's go inside. It's really dark in here. We're gonna have to go ahead and we're probably gonna need to pull the plastic off the windows anyways, so that might be the next thing we do. But so Oscar got the rest of the venting done through here, so there's metal underneath it, and then he insulated it all, which is really smart because it's blowing like hot air and we don't want that filling up the whole thing. We'll probably buy some wraparound insulation for this too, although this is where it pulls in its fresh air, so it shouldn't be hot at all. So this pulls in air from outside the truck, pulls it in, sucks it into here, kind of uses it here to go past the radiator, cool the radiator down, and then expels it there. We've tested it out and it works shockingly well. And I joked about earlier, like not knowing why we're reinventing the wheel with this and stuff like that. I just for giggles, I looked at how expensive RV radiator or RV air conditioners are, and you know, like cheap ones are about $700-800, expensive ones are $1,000. This one is a little over $100, and if we need to replace it, we can keep all of our stuff here and then pull it out and just put a new unit in. So I do like it for that reason. I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's pretty cool the way it's working so far. I like the idea that we are pushing the cool air in at the bottom as well. I think that's going to be good, and then we're going to vent out the hot air up the top. All our lights are running out of batteries. I'm gonna go ahead and peel some of the plastic off of these windows real quick, and then I think we try and get going, pull this thing out for a test drive. So it's not super warm out. It's 63 degrees, but I'm hoping that we could, you know, test kind of heating this thing up and driving around and test the AC unit while we're driving and see how that goes as well. But yeah, plastic off the windows is gonna help that. So let's get some of this peeled off. Hopefully it won't be too hard. And given how much craziness we've done, hopefully the plastic did its job and we don't have paint covered windows. It may not look like it because the camera's barely showing it, but it is so much brighter in here and it looks so much better with all the windows everywhere. They're all open. There's no light on here, like light in here anymore on. And it's great. Let me show you what it looks like from the outside. Pretty cool. So that glass, that window glass that we got for it, it's supposed to be kind of a smoky color of glass. It's supposed to have a little bit of a tint to it. And I think it looks great. I think it does a good job. And I like that it kind of adds a bit of a layer of like, it seems like there's some privacy. Like when the lights are off, it's not, I mean, yes, you can see through it, but it's got a little bit of tint to it, which I like. So that looks pretty awesome. Yeah, it is pouring outside. Oscar just said, he's like, it's raining, it's a good time to test this. Yeah, so we're gonna do a test drive and a water test. It's 2 for 1. All right guys, so there's an air pump hooked up that goes to some open hoses that go out by Oscar's feet. Every time we accelerate, it sounds like a supercharger whine, but it's more like a kazoo for us. It's really funny. Oh, so it's making some silly noises. I can see our electrical outlet back there is bouncing around a little bit. That guy's making a little bit of racket. So when we do our first like stop, I'll start to kind of take care of some of the things that are making a racket. But so far we've gone over some decent sized bumps. Feels pretty good. Yeah. It's we went around one turn and didn't tip over.
Our steering wheel's a little sideways, but
yeah, we can adjust. We'll get an alignment done on this thing definitely. But yeah, so far we're doing okay. How do the brakes feel?
they feel really good.
Awesome. We are, oh, big bumps, big bumps. We are heading towards a place that has a scale. I know a lot of you guys want to know how much this thing weighs. So we're heading towards a place that hopefully will let us come in and scale it. I mean, really they buy scrap metal, but this is close enough. Oh no, it says closed on that side. Oh, Monday through Friday to 4 o'clock.
Should we just pull in there like it's...
I mean, it is a scale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just pull in and ask. Let's just pull in and ask if we can scale in. Because we're not trying to sell metal.
Oh, right there.
Does it tell us?
Yeah, yeah. Let me back up.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll get the camera out. Oh, it's right there. All right. Scale fluctuates a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. We're right on the dot at about 11,000. I don't know what that means for this truck, but so far we're at 11,000 without interior.
2 fat guys in here.
All right, let's get out of here. I don't know how we get out of here.
I'm gonna just back up now.
Oh, okay. Wasn't this vehicle good for 17,000?
Yeah, gross vehicle weight.
So we've got 6,000 pounds of wiggle room. Yeah, Oscar and I were just saying, it is very quiet for what we've got flying down the road right now. Like, nice and quiet. There's a little bit of an air sound coming from up here, something that we're gonna work on, or it could be coming from those crazy hoses by Oscar's feet. Yeah, overall the volume is very, very acceptable. It's a lot better than like our race car builds and stuff. So I'm really happy about that because, you know, after you add in wall insulation, ceiling insulation, and siding like on the walls, it's gonna be a lot better. We're trying to get some speed out of this thing so we can hear, like, judge the air wind noise. We're almost to 50. Still that same slight noise from the front, nothing else. But yeah, traffic is stopping. Dang it. It is rush hour while we're trying to do this. You guys? It's too bad IKEA doesn't sell beer. We could go to IKEA and get like frozen yogurt, eat in the back, and it'd be like we're camping.
Turn on the AC.
Oh yeah, turn on the AC. Yeah, we gotta test the AC still. To IKEA. We made it. Let's go get snacks, and then we'll pretend we're camping in the back of this just to test out that part. All right, well, we look like the messiest campers in history, but we've got our hot dogs and our froyo and our own little mess. Now, one thing that we just noticed is there was a plane flying overhead as we were getting in, and the amount of soundproofing, the amount that this blocks out outside sound is really great.
Yeah, it's really quiet here.
Yeah, so once we add in, you know, all the insulation, spray foam, walls, ceilings, everything. This is gonna be a cozy, really nice spot, which I'm stoked about because that's just a huge benefit. Let's start firing up this guy. So right now I've got the truck idling, and I wanna make sure that the truck, even just chilling idling, is going to charge the charging system, the Renault battery bank. So right now the batteries are just completely topped off, so they're not taking anything from the alternator. But let's go ahead and turn stuff on. Just max AC, max cool.
Okay, it's going.
All right, cool, it's going. It's just using power off the alternator. It's not using our battery bank at all. Fantastic. All right, let's hang out and eat. Now, one thing I am noticing, we have this bench seat here that isn't finished, but if we wanted to sit and be able to talk, either somebody's got to sit up high on that bench seat, or somebody would have to sit up high on here. Maybe we put a seat there. We were gonna put a desk there, but we're not really sure what we want to put there. Maybe we just put another bench seat there. That might happen.
Yeah, the air coming out of that thing is actually really hot.
Yeah, it is?
Yeah.
All right, AC's working great. The exhaust air is warm. Saved us $900. Oh, do you want to pull up next to this camper van if we can? Let me show you guys size between an actual normal camper van and what we're doing. So, yeah, we're a little bit longer. A little bit longer. We've got like 4 more feet, 5 more feet. Hang on, let's look at it from the other angle.
Way wider.
We just like, it's just gone. You just can't see it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with our decision. We have a little bit more wasted space in the front. Obviously, you could have a more snub nose. But in the very unfortunate event of an accident, we have a lot of diesel Cummins to block oncoming traffic that they don't have. I don't like sitting on top of my engine. We barely fit in a parking spot though. I mean, that's barely acceptable. Well, there you are, size comparison. Extra large camper versus really extra large camper. All right, well, for needing to build a giant box, a very, very large box onto the back of a truck, I'm very happy with the way that this thing looks. I think it looks pretty good driving down the road. And I like our brake lights with the alerts. Not bad at all. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Oscar's coming the other way. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode on this camper truck. We are gonna be putting some walls in, some ceilings in, some interior lighting. We're gonna get that interior busted out now that we know that this thing works like a charm, and we fixed all our water leaks. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace!